Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us is James Clark. Got Alex Smart with us, Shane Mickle, Jay Briggs. Got Wayne Scott with us. Ninos will sign in momentarily. And Rod Zawacky. And here's how they're going to line up for this evening. We've got Mickle, Smart, Clark, Ninos, Briggs, Scott, Zawacky, and then I will close this one out. All right, 2 NBA playoff games on the board. Just breaking here. It seems like Butler is out here from Miami. We've seen that line move. I've seen as high as 9 points offshore. And in Vegas, we're starting to see it now at 8.5 in most places. But there's been definitely a line move in that Heat and Knicks game, still showing questionable statuses here on Brunson and Randall, although Randall is inserted here possibly in their starting line. We'll see how that rolls here. But a lot of news will break here as this game begins here in a little more than an hour and a half. So let's get this one underway. We're going to start this show today with Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Shane in right now. I think we're ready to roll here. Shane Mickle, ready to roll. Rick, Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
It's going awesome. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball here on the docket as the Guardians here will face the Yankees. We see the Yankees favored here at minus 149, total of 7.
Yeah, we got Garrett Cole, the veteran, against Tanner Beebe, who's a youngster here for the Guardians. And I think there's plenty of value here with the Guardians. I understand that the Yankees have won every start that Cole has been involved in this year. But the one thing they really haven't done all season is score. And especially when Cole's been on the mound, it's been a game. It's been a situation where he's been giving up 0 runs, but his offense has only given him 2 or 3 runs of run support. Only once have they given him more than 5 runs. And this is baseball. Even the best pitchers and the best teams are going to have off days. And when that comes for Cole, it's not going to be pretty for the Yankees because the Yankees have not been giving him any run support. They did not give any run support last night. And I don't think they do it again here. I think that the Yankees, even with a good start, I think the lack of scoring by the Yankees opens up plenty of value here with the Guardians. I'm going to take the Guardians getting the points. Or right. The Guardians on the money line, sorry.
All right, Shane says Guardians plus 139 here against the Yankees. Yeah, Cole off to that great start. But then again, this young kid, Bibby, showing some really good results in the minors. Had that pretty good start at home against Colorado. For debut, going 5 2/3 innings is, I think, you don't see that. Usually you see 3 innings, 4 innings, or babying these guys on the minors. But he pitched well in 8 strikeouts and 1 earned run against. I know it's the Rockies, but still it's MLB.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the key there is the 8 strikeouts. This is a Yankees team that's in the top half of the league in terms of strikeouts per game. So I think, there's always got to be that concern with young pitchers going into, facing the Yankees and being starstruck. But, I think since it's not his first start, I think he's got those jitters out of the way, and I think that he finds success against this Yankees lineup, which has been very underperforming in terms of their numbers this year.
These are live odds from a very sharp book. You just saw the line move right now, Shane, as we just saw some money now come in on the Yankees.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, but just looking at it, not often are you getting Garrett Cole at minus 154. So that it almost seems like it's a funny line here, which makes me even like the Guardians a little more. I'm not huge into the funny line and betting it that way, but it definitely makes you scratch your head, which makes me like Cleveland even more.
Yeah, and also too, remember, no Stanton, no Judge. That's a big chunk out of their offense, out of that lineup for the Yankees.
Yeah, definitely. And with the rest of the guys really not finding a lot of success. Like a perfect example last night. They've got even with Judge, without Judge and Stanton on paper. This is a talented lineup, but they just haven't really been able to get the bats going this spring yet.
Yep, absolutely not producing there at all. We got Shane here on the Guardians, plus 139 here against the Yankees. This one will have a start time here of 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, on the board tonight, we have a couple from NHL as well as NBA. Big card, 15-game card here from Major League Baseball. As no day games, we do have games starting within about an hour from now. Shane, you're doing great results here over in the NHL. So you guys can take a look at those numbers. They're all guaranteed. You can verify those numbers by going to Shane's handicapper page. Go down to pick history. You can verify those numbers. All right, Shane, what do you have going over at the site?
I got a sampler 3-pack. Up there, I've got my 2 best NBA plays and my best MLB play for the night, $39.99. Or I also have my 3 best MLB plays, all for $39.99. I do also have an NHL play up there, but it's not in a pack. It's not in the package tonight. I ended up putting up a little later after my packages were released. So if you want the NHL player, you have to hop on something long term. But like it's always preached here, long term is the best bet for your money. $39.99 every day adds up quickly. You'll save a lot of money getting that 7 or 30-day pass.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dog. Great results here in the NHL. Also, past 7 days, 624 units of profit. That is all documented, all sports combined there for Shane. So get on board with Shane. That sampler pack up there with a long-term pass. If you get a 7-day pass, you can sample out Shane for 7 days, all of his premium plays for 7 days, all his MLB, NBA, NHL for 7 days. Pick is a promo code, save 15% off at checkout. All right, Shane, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again in a few days.
All right, sounds good. Have a good night, everyone.
You got Shane Mickle here on the drive to. Let's continue on there on the show. Up next, we got Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Alex in right now. Of course, we got baseball on the docket with Alex. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? We're going to talk some baseball, like you said tonight, and we're going to go after that Angels game with St. Louis. And I'm looking at left-handed pitchers, Mats and Sandoval, going head-to-head here, and then 2 teams with awesome splits against left-handed pitching. I mean, there are teams that really thrive against left-handers, and I'm looking for both these offenses to really roll tonight. And Sandoval and Mats, I don't really think have been in the best of form overall. Even if the bullpens come in here, I really look. I mean, really what I'm expecting is. Finally, St. Louis, after a little bit of a lull on offense, to really come to life here tonight. They match up very well versus Mats, and they're averaging 6 runs per game, by the way, against lefty starters. And the Angels are averaging 5.2 runs a game against Southpaws. So this is a situation where I really like some runs to go on the board here tonight, and that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on an over bet.
All right,
Sorry. I just wanted to throw some numbers in here as we go along. These teams also have, excuse me, by the way. These teams have gone over in 11 of the last 15 meetings, and over in 7 of the last 9 meetings here in St. Louis. And the Angels have gone over 28-6 their last 34 interleague games versus a team with a losing record. 6-2 over in the last 8 games versus the National League Central. And also, when we have a line between 7 and 8.5, the Angels have gone over in 5 of their last 6. So, looking strong there just based on the trends. I mean, everything can change. Obviously, that is what a trend is. And I'm just feeling, like I said, I'm just going to go right back to the basics, and I'm going to say this game goes over based on how they hit lefties and based on how the starting pitchers have performed recently.
All right, we got Alex here. Say go over the total. Notice that this is the sharpest book in the world. They're trying to give you plus 100, take under. they want your under biz. They want under biz, which tells you the sharps are really on this over in this one. And how can you blame the sharps, right? Sandoval. A lot of times you hear that word lucky. Well, when you have his ERA and you're pitching to contact, the 17.5% strikeouts, 10.5% walks, and your ERA is 3.16. You know where that ERA is going with those numbers. It's going up. I mean that's this day and age. You got to have those high strikeouts, and we know Mats has issues, right? Puts up base runners and giving up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings. And here's another guy that walks a lot of batters. You got a guy walking 10.5% walk rate, a guy 11% walk rate, facing lineups that are pounding lefties.
Yeah, absolutely, and even Sandoval. I mean, his strikeout ratio has really dropped. It's from 23.7% down to 17.7% this year. So I'm looking for contact and I'm looking for runs.
And those Cardinals bats. they love to see those lefties up there. They can pound them, and I think this is when you're going to see it here. Ironically, the Cardinals, as good as they've been against lefties, they've been terrible against right-handed starters this year. That's one thing you look to keep an eye on with his Cardinals. They're trending terribly against those righty starters. All right, we got Alex here on the Angels Cardinals over 8.5 runs. This one have a start time 7:45. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Stream for tonight's action. Great results in the NHL. 2 on the ice tonight. 2 from the NBA. Of course, the Lakers-Warriors game 1 coming up. Everyone looking forward to that one. 15-game card still yet to start here for Major League Baseball. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I've got 1 NBA selection up tonight. I've got a couple in the back end that I loaded a little bit later this morning. I didn't put a package up for them, so long-term clients can once again go in that. Usually I'll have all my selections up on most days, but this was just one of those days. So anyway, guys, we've got that key NBA game tonight. Feeling really good about it, and we've got a couple of Major League Baseball selections on board, and we're going to make some money. And we're not finished with the NBA playoffs, and we're not finished with the NHL yet. I thought I'd take a couple of days off after some tough overtime losses, but I'll be back, and I'll pick my best angles. We'll put it that way before I jump back in again after that sort of KO. I'll call it a KO, like a temporary KO. I'm back up off the map, but it was a temporary KO. It felt pretty bad.
That's right, guys. Go get on board with Alex Smart. You see the great results here over the last for the season here in NHL. 936 units of profit. Get on board with Alex Smart today. Off of plays up there right now, NBA, as well as long-term passes, the 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all of Alex's premium plays for that time period select. When you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember that 30-day pass will get you the second, third round of the playoffs in its entirety. Maybe get you 1 or 2 of the finals. Also 30 days of baseball, great value there. Pick is a promo code. You'll save 15% off at checkout. You can also add a second capper with a 2-point capper promotion. Adds even greater value there. All right, Alex, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again in a couple days.
Okay, good seeing you, Tony. Take care. Bye-bye.
You as well. Alex Smart here on the drive-thru. Reminder, guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go over to the Skype world. We'll welcome in James Clark. We'll catch him over at Pick Dogs from coverage here from the NBA tonight. So we got your full coverage today on the board here. So let's go ahead and bring James Clark in. I think we're ready to roll here with James Clark. We're going over to the Skype world here for James. We're ready to go here with James Clark. I think we're ready to, let's see here. Here we go. James, what's happening?
Not much, Tony. How you night, buddy?
Doing great. All right, here we go. It's the game of the night. Everyone's getting excited about, I know I'm excited about this one here. Lakers and the Warriors tonight in game number 1. We've seen this line move. It was 4.5 for from the open, much of the afternoon. We've actually seen that moved here to Warriors now -5, but the Lakers are juiced a little bit here on their side with a total of 227.
Yeah, Tony, you look at these two teams, and we looked in the regular season. The Lakers, with before the trade, they was beating this Warrior team, but this Warrior team ain't the same Warrior team that this Lakers beat. They got Wiggins back, excuse me there, and a few other players back, and this Lakers team ain't the same. As, they got 3, like I said, they had 3-1 season series win over the Warriors, but this Lakers team is a tough team, and they got they got a little bit more rest than this Warriors team. I really like the Lakers here to steal game 1. A little bit older team, get more rest. You got LeBron and Curry. How many times have we seen these guys in the final? Classic. No KD this time to save the Warriors. And LeBron's probably had, with this team, the most talented team besides, the Heat team had D Wade and Chris Bosh. This Laker team is a very talented team, and I think they match up very well against this Warriors team. And with the rest, I think the Lakers come in and steal game 1. I like the Lakers on the money line, guys.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that one here with the Lakers on the money line. I mean, I was kind of with you on that one as well. Looking at the Lakers because again, this is a situation, of course, that we see this in the NBA where teams have, that when they eliminate their opponent early, they get that extra rest. And I think that really matters here, especially when you come off an emotional 7-game series in the playoffs here. We saw that they're obviously there with the Warriors that they had that big emotional win. Sacramento kind of pushed them. Some people thought they weren't surprised, but they expected Sacramento to have a good showing, and no doubt they did in that series. But they gave the Warriors a pretty good scare in that series.
Yeah, they did. I actually thought the Kings would win Game 7. I know the Warriors had championship identity. I just thought that young team would get to them. And, it did happen. Curry had an amazing 50-point. But I was looking at some of the stats, guys. Every Game 1 that LeBron has played against, the Warriors in the playoffs or, most of the time he's with the in championship, he averages 34.5 points a game. So I know he has a lot of help with AD and scoring, but look to LeBron to come out aggressive scoring early.
All right, James here on this one. This play is going to be here on the Lakers on the money line, plus 165 against the Warriors. This one will have a start time here of 10 p.m. Eastern time. You could watch this one over on TNT. All right, James, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, tonight what we have here, we have NBA on the board with those 2 games. We also have NHL. 15 games still set to go here for Major League Baseball. All we do note here, we will have a rain delay here on that Mets-Tigers game for a couple hours. For a couple hours. I think we got a note here on the chat about 7:40 Easterns for the start time there. Rain delay there, about an hour. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium? Showing great results over the last 7 days.
Guys, I got 2 3-packs going on. I got 1 3-pack. It's got the 2 NBA plays that I really love and 1 MLB play that I really love. And also I got 3 MLB plays that I really love. That MLB game included in the NBA game. It's 3 different games in MLB. Guys, I've been red hot the last few days. Last 7 days have been good showing. So jump on either one of those 3-packs, and after we go 6-0, we'll upgrade 3, 7, or 30 or 30 days. And guys, like I say every time I'm on the show, we got the best cappers in the world, and we do by far. So team me up with anybody on the show or on the site, and we'll put some money in your pocket.
That's right, guys. Got on board with James Clark over at Pick Dodge. When you see the great results here from James over the past 7 days, 280 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge. Coming off a winning day yesterday. Of course, get on board with James Clark for tonight. Lots of 3-packs up there for you. Remember, the one-day passes are credit guaranteed. They must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back to your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. The long-term pass will serve you great value right now. James has his long-term pass from 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get on board with James and get on board with them and become a winner there with James Clark. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off at checkout. 2-for-1 capper promotion offers even greater savings. All right, James, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again at the end of the week.
All right, Tony, I appreciate you on the show. If you got any feelings through the week, holler at me. I should be free this week. And if not, I'll see y'all guys on Friday.
You got it. James Clark here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on with our coverage. Guys, if you miss a pick, we'll have a recap for you at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, El Ninos. Catch him over at Pick Dog Spring. We'll bring El Ninos in right now. I think we're ready to roll here with El Ninos. Let's bring him in right. Let's bring him in right now with El Ninos. 1 second. Let me get to his card here. Here we go. El Ninos set to roll with Al. Here we go. El Ninos. Al, what's happening?
Going good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Major League Baseball here for tonight's action. 8:40 Eastern Time features Brewers at the Rockies. The Brewers here favored here with minus 158. The total sits here 11.
Yeah, pretty big favorites here on the road, the Brewers are, but I think rightfully so, given the way these two teams have played now. Not necessarily playing their best baseball coming into this matchup, just 5-5 in their last 10, the Brewers, but overall having the much better season at 18-10. The Rockies just 9-20. Starting to show a bit more signs of life lately than the start of the season, the Rockies, but not quite enough for me to start backing them in this matchup at least, and not at this price quite yet. There's a bit of value on them, I guess, on the plus money at home, but again, I just don't see them getting the job done here. I think the Brewers are the better team with the better lineup. they got the better starter, and just think they get the job done here. So a little bit juicy. Yeah, I'm taking the Brewers money line and run line. Taking the -1. Get the job done here. If you don't want to lay any juice or anything like that, you should just take them -1.5. They should win this one pretty big.
All right, Nino says take the Brewers here. He likes them here on the run line, so you're going to lay the run and a half here, get a plus 100 return there on that Brewers side here. And why not? This Rockies team is just kind of just underperformed this season. It's been kind of poor numbers at home. That home record has not been very good for this Rockies team.
No, they haven't been particularly good anywhere. But yeah, as you mentioned, just 4-9 at home, and so yeah, you can say they have home field advantage, but just not playing too well. And I expect these Brewers bats to come back to life at Coors Field.
What if the humidifier are having an issue there because they're averaging just 3.8 runs per game in that home field? So a lot was being said about these Rockies with this new change in the fielding alignment, right? With the positioning, the shift, no longer allowed to do much of it. But we haven't seen the Rockies take advantage of it. Poor hitting against right-handed starters, averaging 3.8 runs a game, hitting 236. So there's been some struggles here for the Rockies. Indeed, of course, they're going to face a right-hander, Peralta, who's been known to get those strikeouts.
Yeah, he's having himself a pretty solid season. About the shift, that's one of the rule changes I had the most, I guess, mixed feelings about. I thought that one was, it's pretty interesting to see the defenses line up and use the numbers, their advantage. If a professional batter can't hit the other way or find the gap, then I think that's on them, really. I mean, as long as the defense can shift within the pitching clock, I think that's one rule they should maybe kind of try to look back on, because, again, don't see much reason the defenders shouldn't be able to position themselves either any way they can. But yeah, tough matchup for the Rockies here. Tough series, I think it's going to be for them. And yeah, still looking to turn their season around, but I just don't think they do it against the Brewers.
Yeah, Ninos likes Brewers run line -1.5 runs plus 100 against the Rockies. People in the chat liking that Al Pacino Serpico look of that beard. They seem to be liking that look on Al Ninos.
Thank you.
All right, Al Ninos here.
I'm getting rid of it today, actually. Just didn't quite get around to it.
All right, Al Ninos here. Brewers run line, lay the run and a half plus 100 here against the Rockies. This one here to have a start time here. 8:40 Eastern time. Al Ninos. Let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, Al's showing good results in baseball for this year. A lot of baseball on the board. 15-game card, 2 NBA, 2 on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, again, pretty loaded card for me. Got action both games in the NBA, NHL, and I got a 3-pack in the MLB, which again does not include my $19 play in the MLB or my dog of the day in the MLB. So yeah, a lot of action there. A couple extra plays again for everyone, the long-term passes. So make sure you check one of those out, or the 2-for-1 capper specials if you want all the action, or just grab the package you're looking for.
That's right, guys. Got board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dogs. A premium, get on board. Of course, this plays up there on the board right now. A $19 premium is up there with the Grand Slam. Also, alley-oop plays from the NBA. And instead of buying the plays individually, look for those long-term passes. That 3, 7, or 30-day all-sports pass. Get all of his premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save you 15% off. All right, Al, as always, great having a show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, I'm going, Tom.
You got Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. Not to be not worried about Al Pacino from Serpico. All right, that's a Serpico look, by the way, from Al Pacino. No, not to be confused. All right, Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Jay Briggs is ready to roll. Jay, what's happening?
What's happening, Tony T? How you doing today?
Doing great. All right, we're going to Major League Baseball tonight as the Cardinals here host the Angels. Cardinals favorite here, -145, total 8.5.
Yeah, Cardinals are favored, but I'm still targeting them, man. I think today is a great spot to take the Angels on the money line. Steven Matz has been terrible to begin this season. Has lost all 3 meetings, has a 6.2 ERA. And this has not been a great start for the Cardinals, man. They're, 10 games under now to begin the season early. They can dig themselves out of the hole, but I think while they're down, we just continue to target them. The Angels on the other side, they got Sandoval on the mound. He's not my favorite pitcher to back, but I do think we see a decent outing from him today. he does enough to get the Angels the win. I think these are the games for the Angels that are going to separate them in the end of the season. These are the games right here that the Angels have to win if they want to not be the same Angels team from years past. They're okay right now, one game above 500. We know this team is loaded with talent. I think these are the ones that have to go the Angels' way if they want to continue to be competitive this season. I'm going to take them on the money line, getting plus money, fading the Cardinals and Steven Matz.
All right, we got Jay here going to fade this Steven Matz pitcher who's had his struggles. If you look at his home run rate, getting up the home run balls. And of course, the Cardinals have not had really good success here facing winning teams over 500. It's been pretty ugly this year. Just 4-11 when they face winning teams this year.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on down there in St. Louis. A lot of people had them to win, their division this year. It's not looking good to begin the season. And like I said, while they're down and out, I think we continue fading them until we see them come up out of it.
All right, Jay here. Angels plus 130 against the Cardinals. This one have a start time here of 7:45 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, Jay showing great results in Major League Baseball. 980 units of profit, 700 units, all sports combined over the last 30 days. Jay's been on absolute fire, as you can verify those numbers over at Pick Dodge Premium. All right, Jay, tonight we have 15 games still to go for Major League Baseball, 2 NBA, 2 on the ice. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yes, sir. I have 3 plays for sale today. I have 1 in every sport. I got 1 in the NBA, 1 in the MLB, and 1 in the NHL. So, my best bets in every sport. You can scoop them up individually over at Pick Dogs Premium. My $19 NBA Jam Session play is the featured one. We've hit 3 in a row, including 4 of our last 5 on the Jam Session play. I'm here to tell y'all right now, I absolutely love today's NBA Jam Session play. You can scoop it up $19, or you can get all 3 plays, the MLB, the NBA, and the NHL, all in the money-making 3-pack today, man. All my top plays in there. So scoop up the 3-pack or buy them individually or pair me up 2-for-1 capper special here at Pick Dogs. Let's continue stacking units.
Continue stacking units with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Room. $19 premium play up there as well. Go longer term as you see there. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. That's 15% off. You can add a second capper with the 2-for-1 capper promotion. You save even bigger money there. All right, Jay, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. Catch up with you again on Thursday. But I know we can catch your NBA live jam session, 4 p.m. Eastern time. You also do a morning drop with NBA.
Yes, sir. So I drop every morning, run through the card that we have on the NBA. There was 2 games today. Today was kind of tough. We had the injury news lingering all day. In that Knicks Heat, it was still even lingering by the live jam session I had with Rod, and I told them I would update them again today with Tony T. So it did come down. No Jimmy Butler tonight. Is there any news on Randall and Brunson yet, or are they still game time decisions?
Let's take a look here. Last look, we were looking at still game time decisions. Let's see where we could get any refresher on any of the news here on both of these starters here. Brunson, the word I heard was Randall may be closer to going here. That's what I had heard, but let's just see if there's any official results here, any official news here with both Brunson and, of course, Randall. And, of course, we do know that Butler Hero out here for the Miami. That was the news that dropped earlier. This after the start of the show pretty much dropped that news here. But let's see what we can get any updates here. Of course, we've got still game time decisions here with Brunson and Randall. Let me see if there's any details here on both players here. As we're getting about an hour away now. We're now an hour away from start time. So they should hit their warm-ups here very closely here. Still an ankle, questionable. Let's see, yesterday was a film day for the Knicks. They didn't really do much as far as anything physically. Randall was able to participate physically. And Thibodeau said that Randall was responding very well overall. And, of course, upgrading him to questionable confirms that notion. Remember, he was listed as doubtful after Game 1. But we won't know until probably around game time, another game time decision, see how he does through the warm-ups. That looks to be the case there with Randall. So keep an eye there. If there's any more updates, we'll let you guys know. All right, Jay, it's always great having you show. Keep up the great work, and we'll catch up with you again Thursday.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you Thursday. Let's make some money tonight, guys.
Make some money indeed. Jay Briggs here on the drive. So let's continue on our show, guys. If you missed any picks, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here. Time for Wayne Scott. Speaking of Knicks and Heat, we got Wayne Scott here to join us with that Knicks Heat game. We'll bring him in right now. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Wayne right now. I think we're ready to roll here. Let's get to Wayne's card. Here we go, Wayne Scott. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Everything's going well, Wayne. Here we go tonight here with this Heat and Knicks game. We're seeing the line settle here at about 9. We saw with the news of Jimmy Butler, the line really moving here from that 6.5 to a lot of 8s, 8.5s, and boom, the sharpest book in the world was the first to go to 9. And many are following to that 9. We're seeing some buybacks around here. I only see really one buyback. A really sharp offshore book has 8.5. So there's a little bit of buyback here on that number. But right now, Wayne, I'm seeing 9s pretty much across the board right now with a total of 207.
All right, even at 9, I like it, man. With no Butler in this one, with this big line movement, I'm assuming that Brunson and Randall will be in the game. In the first game without Randall, Knicks ended up playing pretty good. We had a good Miami Heat game. Knicks ended up coming out in the first half playing pretty good. They just let you down in the third quarter from Jimmy Butler, and they ended up getting that win. Knicks, Brunson was 0 for 7 from 3, quickly 1 for 4 from 3. Top-in 4 for 11 for 3. As a team, they shot 21% from 3. I don't expect them to shoot that bad. And on the other side of that, Gabe Vincent went off for 20 points. Kyle Lowry had a big game, 18 points. Great game from the role players. I don't expect them to play that good. I expect them to return down to normal. And as I just mentioned, now no Butler. And Butler's 25 points in that game was the tie for second leading scorer. The other two top scorers did come from the Knicks. And another thing, Butler had 11 rebounds. He was the top rebounder for the Miami Heat. So you're not just missing defense. You're not just missing the heart that he brings from Miami and him not playing. You're missing the total package when it comes to Jimmy Butler. So that's a big blow. And I like them to cover this with even with Jimmy Butler playing tonight. Miami 16, 30, and 3 ATS after a win. Only 34% after a win. They don't do a good job covering after a win. And, I love the Knicks in this spot right here tonight.
All right, we got Wayne here going Knicks, lay the 9 here against the Heat. Yeah, hard to argue that when you realize how much Jimmy Butler has meant to this team emotionally, picking them up and coming through in the clutch situations here. Of course, the Knicks, you always got to worry about here, can they make baskets, right? That's the worry that you have with them because they had not shot the ball very well. I think after that first round series, they were near the bottom of the league, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 15th in the NBA in overall shooting. We saw the poor three-point shooting there by the Knicks. You're looking for that turnaround there, huh?
Yes, sir. I am looking for that offense to come back around. And they're at home in this one, and they got beat up without their star player. And now Miami Heat don't have their star player. I look for them to do pounding back on them themselves tonight. I don't look for it to be close. I look for them to take advantage. Definitely if Brunson's in there, and even if not, they have good backup point guards for this situation and shooting guards. They have a great bench and good backup big men. So. I definitely expect them to do way better in the scoring department with this one.
For the playoffs, Knicks just 44% shooting, 27% from 3. So looking for some definitely turnaround because the Knicks showed their ability to shoot the basketball definitely at home. Remember, towards the end of the season, this was a team that had their struggles at home, but Wayne, late in the season, they really came on at home.
Yes, sir. Late in the season, they did come on at home, and they've been back and forth at home in the playoffs right now. But another thing that I want to point out is equal rest. Knicks is a great young team with equal rest. I think them older teams, when you're coming up against some of these younger teams on equal rest, Knicks are 31, 23, and 3 at 57% at 6th best in the league when it comes to equal rest. And I think it just bodes well for them and that one day's rest to come and pound up on this Heat's team at home.
All right, here we go with Wayne here. The Knicks lay the 9 here against the Heat. This one will have a start time 7:30 Eastern time. The games tonight are over on TNT. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge here for tonight's action. Of course, Wayne showing good results NBA for the season. Tonight, 2 on the board NBA, 2 on the board on the ice. Still 15 games to go here from Major League Baseball. We got a few games starting in just a couple minutes. We do have a rain delay with that Mets and Tigers. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
3 MLBs today. No 3-pack. Just I got one underdog that I bet on today and that I love, so I got that for sale. My Cujo big dog play of the day, and then I got my MLB play of the day, which is just my best bet in the MLB today that I'm on today. That's called my hit and run play of the day. Taking the day off NBA. I gave y'all the side that I'll be on in this Knicks game, and as far as the night game, probably just watching right now. And no hockey for me today. Light day yesterday, went 2-0. Looking to go 3-0 today.
There you go, guys. Again, with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge Premium. 2-0 day yesterday. Should do great work. And of course, you got individual plays up there from baseball. 3 on the board, 3 premiums on the board. Can also go longer term with Wayne. He has that 3-7 or 30 All Sports Pass. Get all of his premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go over to his handicapper page, make that purchase. Pick as a promo code. You'll save 15% off. All right, Wayne, as always, great to have you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
All right, appreciate you for having me, Tony T. Y'all take care out there, Pick Dog. Let's cash tonight.
Cash indeed. Wayne Scott here on the Drive Thru. Guys, you missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the Drive Thru. Rod Zawacky up next. Catch him over at Pick Dog. Get some hockey coverage here from Rod. He's been really good to us here on the show with his hockey coverage. Of course, we'll bring him in right now. I think we're set to roll here with Rod Zawacky. Let's get him in here right now. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much. Enjoying the nice hot day for me here in Alberta. 75 Fahrenheit is definitely hot for me. I haven't had that in a little while, so it's warm.
A warm day, exactly. Get the air conditioning rolling, get the fans rolling. It's warm out there. And tonight we go over on the ice here, game 1 of the second round here between Panthers and Maple Leafs here. Toronto favorites here at -180 here. Look at this total. Total sits at 6.5 with the over 6.5 juice here, -128 in this one.
Yeah, you look at this one and definitely going to have a good series here in this one. Leafs, the season series, they took the season series 3-1, but 3 out of the 4 meetings took overtime to get a win in the 4 meetings between these two this season. So I expect another close, tight series here. Luke Samsonov's going to get the start here for the Leafs. He went 4-2 in round 1 with a 3.19 goals against average. And he's going to go against Bobrovsky, who's going to get the start here. He's taken back over the number 1 start from Leon in that first round, where Bobrovsky went 3-1, winning his last 3 games convincingly. He's still got a 3.94 goals against. That's why that over is pretty juiced. But you look, the last 2 meetings between these two have definitely trended to the under. But as I said, I think goals come early and often in this one. I like the over, but I'm also going to take the Leafs to win this one. You look at Florida and the Panthers. They're 2-9 in their last 11 trips into Toronto. Leafs 8-2 in their last 10 games. They're also 59-26 in their last 85 at home. And as I said, they've won 3 out of the 4 meetings this year versus the Panthers. I think a little bit of a letdown spot here for the Panthers after that massive beating of Boston. I think the hometown crowd is going to be going absolutely bonkers. Leafs strike first. Take the Leafs in the money line.
All right, likes the Leafs there on the money line, -179 here against the Panthers. Again, that angle here go against those Game 7 teams, right? We've seen a different situation, right? You don't have that same intensity. It was those Game 7s are emotional. It does take a toll on you, I think, a little bit with that energy going into a new series. Knowing that you have another a best of 7, you got to lose 4 times to get eliminated. But again, just looking at that over, I mean, look, the Florida here this season, 50 overs, 34 unders, scoring and giving up about 3.5 goals a game.
Well, yeah, and exactly. Both of these goalies are giving up over an average of 3 goals a game. Samsonov, 3.19 goals a game. Bobrovsky, 3.94 goals a game. So I can see this game going 3-3 heading to overtime. As I said, 3 out of the 4 meetings this year all hit overtime. So I'm going to sprinkle a little bit on overtime, and the Leafs pop it in the overtime period. as a little bonus play for you in that one.
All right.
I do. I think we got a great shot here at overtime. That's probably a plus 3 times your money. I'd have to have a look, but I'm sure I'm going to make this bet right after we get off the show here. Let's
All
look
right.
a little bit on the overtime.
A little bit on the overtime. Let's take a look at this next one here. Kraken and Stars. Who would expect the Kraken to be in this spot? They do it again, Rod. They get the victory there in that emotional Game 7. Another emotional situation here where team coming off of Game 7. Stars favorite here, minus 187 with a total of 5.5. And we see that under big juice there. Look at that.
Big juice to the under for good reason. Both goalies in this game playing lights out hockey. Ottinger for the Stars in this one. You've seen what he did in the first round, holding the Wild to under 2 goals a game. And I think he steps up and does the same thing here. And we've seen what Grubauer did for the Kraken, beating his old team in Game 7, shutting them down. He shut down McKinnon and Rantanen in goal. That's a good job. That's why it's under Kraken. 9-1 to the under in their last 10 games. So I like the under as a play here. I think this is first to 3, typical Dallas Stars hockey. Hit him again, and then pop a goal. Hit him, and then pop a goal. Definitely first to 3 wins that one. I lean the Stars just as it's the fade the Game 17. Tough spot. You just played a couple nights ago. Your emotions get so high after a Game 7, and then to come back here and try to get rejuvenated and get rolling again in Game 1 of a series, tough spot. But we know the Kraken love the road, so if anyone can do it, the Kraken can do it.
Yeah, you got to just kind of try. Yeah, exactly. See what they can roll here on record here on the show. Pick Maple Leafs minus 179 against the Florida Panthers. That's the play here from Ryan. We also took a look at the Kraken and Stars on ESPN for tonight's doubleheader from the NHL playoffs. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, Rod showing great results over the last 7 days. 605 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge. You can verify that by going to Rod's handicapper page. Go down to Pick History, where all the history of plays Rod is recorded, has been documented there for you. So tonight we have, we're getting a few games started here. So we're down to 13 games on the board for Major League Baseball. Remember that Mets Tigers in a rain delay for about an hour, as well as 2 on the ice, 2 on the hardwood in the playoffs. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
So yeah, as you can see, having a great week, and that's in all 3 sports, not just hockey. So having a plus week in NHL, NBA, and MLB. So tonight I got a little bit of everything. I've got Thump the Bookie triple, a nice MLB triple there. 3 plays I love in tonight's baseball action. And then I've got my $19 NHL sniper play, my top rated play in tonight's NHL action. 15-7 run with that one over the last 22. And then crushed my NBA blank check play yesterday. I got my NBA drop a dime play today. Love it just as much as yesterday's NBA. Scoop that up, or now's the time. Grab a week pass. Join me for a week, and you can see they'll easily beat the books and make you some money into your pocket. Starting to get honed in on this baseball. We're getting some numbers. Starting to get some winning going on in all sports. NBA is looking good. NHL is looking good. So is baseball. So jump aboard. Well, I'm on.
That's right, guys. Jump aboard here with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dog Premium. Great results, documented results from Rod Zawacky. Great week here, all sports combined. Get the long-term pass. That's your best value there over at Pick Dogs Premium. And get Rod's premium plays here for 7 days. So get on board. All right, Rod, as always, been having a show. What's your plans for the Kentucky Derby?
My plans with the Kentucky Derby? Give me 1 second here. I'll pull them up. I'll give you exactly that. I'm going to go for, I think a long shot wins this Kentucky Derby. Give me 10 seconds. This is gonna be a pretty good
exclusive here on the drive. I thought we're gonna get a tease for the morning show on Saturday. Well, he's ready to roll today. All right, nice.
I'm ready to roll. Oh, yeah, I've been digging into this pretty good already, because I watched all the lead up races to this Kentucky Derby, right? So the first one I like. You look at Practical Move. He's got a great shot to win the Derby. He won the Los Alamitos Futurity. He also won the San Felipe Stakes.
Santa Anita, yeah.
Son of Practice. Joke won a tough Santa Anita Derby, and I expect he'll be moving forward off that race. Good shot for him to win this one. But the 2 that I like, I like the number 5 horse, Angel of Empire. There's a lot to like about this Arkansas Derby winner. You'll need a good practice run, but other than that, He'll navigate through some traffic. He comes from behind. He's very athletic, and I think he can get the job done. Watch out for Angel of Empire. He's going to be the first pick in my exactor. And where's the and I like Mage. Mage was the horse that was in the Florida Derby, and he had the lead, and he was running right along. And he ended up falling back, broke a little bit slow again at the end there in the Florida Derby, and got caught by the Florida Derby winner, finished second. But watch out. It wasn't a terrible fourth place in that Florida Derby. I think he just used up too much gas taking off in that Florida Derby. So we're going to go with Mage, which is the number 16 horse. And we're going to pair him up with the number 5 horse. Number 5, number 16. Pair that up. Nice exactor.
Nice exactor. Nice exacta box. The exacta box there from Rod Zawacky here on the drive-through. Appreciate what that Kentucky Derby plays from Rod. All right, Rod, it's always great having you show. Enjoy your day tomorrow. I know we'll have you back here tomorrow as well. On Steak Friday, of course, the next few days here we have Rod here Wednesday, Friday, and of course, Rod, a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. You're part of that morning crew every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, that Puck Dogs video series. You don't want to miss it with Rod and Chris knocking out those NHL playoff videos.
Yeah, definitely back for tomorrow's action. Me and Chris had a little bit of technical difficulties with today's action. Chris changed on the boat and off the boat. Things happen, but we got it done today for you. We got a nice, we got both games covered and a nice little Puck Dogs parlay. So like, subscribe, the way you get notified when that Puck Dogs videos get released later tonight. And yeah, definitely tune in. Me and Mitch had a good time this morning. And we'll definitely be back at it again tomorrow, going through the day's cards. Always a good time. Tune in to the morning show, 10:30 Eastern. Definitely good time.
That's right. Definitely want to tune in there. No doubt about that. Of course, both Rod and Mitch are horse players. They like the horses, so it should be good to hope to down the line. Don't forget the Friday is the Phillies race, right? Maybe we get a little Philly action there. the Friday.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm ready. I'm excited. Big weekend coming up with the Kentucky Derby. Definitely, as I said, been tuning into all the pre-races and watching, and I think we got a long shot coming here.
A lot of good stake races. Sometimes you see some of those 2-year-olds for next season, right? They always like to showcase some of those. A lot of good stake. There's a lot of good stake
some
action.
of those, yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Some nice lead-up stakes races before the big race. Always good to definitely get to see some horses for the next years coming up. So,
there's always a good turf. There's always a good turf and older turf race horses on that day too. The turf race
on that day too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just pay attention because most people are just out for a leisurely drink and watching the Kentucky Derby, and they're just picking a horse by the name.
Yeah.
So
that's right.
Usually there's a lot of money floating around in these big races to be had.
Huge pools, and of course, this is when you want to hit your exact. This is when you want to hit your exactas, your trifectas. You want to take a roll here on that superfecta. Yeah. That's when you want to. And don't be afraid of throwing a favorite in there because even with the favorite in there, they still pay a lot.
Even the pick 5s, pick 6s pay massive. You get one of those heading into this Kentucky Derby, and they're massive.
Absolutely,
especially long shots.
That's right. That's right. Well, see, I haven't seen any. I don't know if you looked it up. Any updated forecast? What does it look like to be? I know sometimes we get weather can be an issue at Churchill. I haven't really looked into the weather at all.
I haven't dug into that whether we're going to get a sloppy track yet or not because it's still too early.
Still early,
man. You're right. It's still a week ahead.
Tuesday. Yeah. So if the calls for rain, it's not going to rain. And when they forecast on Tuesday, right? That's a lot can happen there. All right, Rod. Have yourself a great night. We'll catch up with you again tomorrow.
Yeah, you too, Tony. We'll catch you tomorrow. Catch everybody else tomorrow on the morning show.
Morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check it out. Rod Zawacky here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here with the coverage, guys. If you miss a pick, we are going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It's now time for my pick, and let's go over here. Let's get my card up for you guys right now as we go here too. Let's see. I'm going to make sure I get the full game odds here. Let's see. Here we go up here. Full odds. Phillies and Dodgers tonight on ESPN+. Phillies dogs here. Dodgers minus 137. Total sits here at 8. I'll be looking at the Phillies here. You can shop to get the best numbers. This is coming down a little bit here from when we started the show. So, we had a significant line. A significant move here in this one. Let me see what I'm showing here. This is the sharpest book in the world. I'm showing plus 126 there. plus 128 in other places. Yeah, you're not going to find the plus 137s anymore. We're down to plus 128. So we're seeing definitely steam. Remember, this line opened LA minus 170. That was the opener. So look what's moved here. This has been a massive move here on the Phillies, and why not? You know, I agree with it. And one of the reasons, like we know, the issue here with Urias, it's been kind of a rough start, right? That ERA looks a little, 4.41. The home runs, nearly 2 home runs per 9 innings, and the issue here with Urias is his velocity is down and his hard hit contact up line drive rate of 23%. But here's the kicker right here. The Dodgers are hitting only 173 against left-handers. Remember, this is not the all-star an all-star two all-star lineups anymore, right? They had to cut back a little bit on their spending. Some say it's because they want to get Ohtani. Some are now saying because the sports betting bill did not pass in California, there's less money to be spent. We're seeing the New York teams, where they passed where the sports betting is legalized. You got that betting revenue there, betting revenue in Chicago. Some of these in Illinois, we're seeing some of these. California could be impacted by that bill not passing. So there's not that extra revenue. So the Dodgers don't have the depth they once had. Remember, they had they had starters behind starters. Let's put it that way. They used to have 2 starting lineups where they can handle these situations. They can't anymore. Just 173 against left-handers, and of course, this Phillies team can hit the baseball. Strom is off to a pretty good start. Look at Strom, 36% strikeout rate. Which is impressive here. Doesn't give up the home run ball. Urias has been hurt by the home run ball this year. Almost 2 home runs per 9 innings. But the big kicker here is the lack of offense that you're seeing here from the Dodgers. Poor hitting against lefties. We like the Phillies here, plus 137 here against the Dodgers. This one have a start time 10 p.m. Eastern time over on ESPN+. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Well, what I've got tonight for premium plays, I've got a best bet for Major League Baseball, and of course, I got a 3-pack with 2 NBA and a Major League Baseball there, so get on board. You can also go longer term with me. I have a 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go over to my handicapper page and make that purchase, PICK is a promo code. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, let's continue on. Shout out there to Darren Turner. A lot of great contributors today in the chat room. Nick Beats Vegas. The winning wager is there as well as the fix is in. Thinks there's some fixing happening around today around the world of sports. Ron Elston, shout out to you as well. Luis Antonio Chavez likes the Pirates tonight. A lot of Pirates support here. No doubt about that. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights in here as well. Sean Blaze 20, shout out to you. Lando 86 as well to you as well in the chat as well. Scotty Foster, Mims in the board, Bodun Sports, paid a visit. Ramon Scott in there with a lot of great information as well, guys. So appreciate everyone's contributions here on the show for today. All right, let's take a look really quick here at the scores before we get to the recap. We got the Mets and Tigers. We'll tell about this one here. A little bit of a delay here because of rain. Looks like a 7:40 Eastern start time. The Mets still holding it at minus 154. Bottom of the first, no scar here, Braves and Marlins. Marlins closed at minus 115 Elder here against Alcantara. And in the middle of the first, no score, Pirates and the Rays. Rays coming up to the plate here in the bottom of the first. And, of course, then that leads up to the top of the game, of the 4 o'clock, top of the hour here, Cubs and Nationals. All right, let's get to the recap for tonight. We started off with Shane. Shane liked the Guardians plus 139 against the Yankees. Alex was on the Angels Cardinals over 8.5. James liked Lakers money line plus 165 against the Warriors. Ninos said the Brewers run line, lay the run and a half plus 100 here against the Rockies. Jay was on the Angels plus 130 against the Cardinals. Wayne, now it's Knicks minus 9 against the Heat. He still liked the 9 there. Rod was on the Leafs minus 179 against the Panthers. I like the Phillies plus 137 against the Dodgers. And let me just verify that that Heat line is now at the Knicks are, I believe, still 9. Let me double check that again. Here with that 9.5, we're seeing 10s now come up. 10s are now in the marketplace now. So a lot of late action here on this Knicks team, now up to 10 in some places. So lots going on here in that one. All right, the ones I like the most, let's see the games I like the most in this one. Let's see, we hit the Guardians here. Let's see here. Let me check my notes really quick. I had some notes on these games. I just want to make sure that I want to just verify some notes here on this one. We're looking here at the Knicks now. I want to lay the 10. That's a lot of points. Let's see what this Angel game looked like, what I thought about that one here. We're seeing that Angels, what do we have? Angels, Cardinals over. I'm with you on that one. Angels and Cardinals over, as we talked about. Patrick Sandoval is the issue here, giving up that high contact, right? Strikeouts dropped about 17.5%, 10.5% walks. Matt's giving up almost 2 home runs per 9 innings. And, of course, the walk rate high here at 11%. So a lot of walks. And, of course, both lineups are pounding left-handers. So I like that. Over the total there, 8.5 from Alex Smart. All right, that's going to do it here for the drive-thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cappers here from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat, and they'll go out the plays for you in real time for the games on Wednesday. And don't forget to always get started with the morning show, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, with Mitch, with Chris, with Rod Zawacky. A lot of video series here on the channel. We got Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. The betting tool shows his Nerfies. Chris as well coming on board here with his plays with the free picks as well. Puck Dogs video series, Rod and Chris with the NHL picks. Ron Romanelli with his Major League Baseball breakdown, a pick from every game on the board for Major League Baseball. We've got Jay as well with his NBA Jam session live here 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Then he does a morning drop with it. And, of course, don't forget the videos up here from Mills with his prop videos of the day. Mike Davis with his prize picks. And, of course, his first 5 play of the day. And Mills and Brad with their UFC shows on Saturdays following the morning show. That's going to do it for the show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from today. We're going to go ahead and bring them in. Bye, guys. You guys are great.